Hello buddies, I'm here after a short break to enter the new 321 with you, and there will be a series of videos towards the beginning of the league, covering the topics of league starters, the interesting interactions which were introduced in the patch, and some other stuff. So today's video is about what I'm going to start the league with, and there were many videos from other content creators which covered the power of new Pathfinders and etc. This is my rating of what would be good for you. And the first one is, you can see on your screen now, it's Jack the Axe Lacerate Gladiator. It's the amazing combination of tankiness, affordability, and beginner friendliness, because all the gear is worth nothing, and you can easily cover all the early game content with it without any problems or frustrations, because it has good clear due to the gladiators explosions. It has amazing tankiness, and with the new tree reamp, you'll get even more because new masteries are freakingly good. The next one in my rating is taking two uniques that has really great interaction in this game, and it's the unique shield with Beta Dream. It's Emperor Vigilance, which has the best value of armor and energy shield to have the crit version of the any shield skill. It cannot be shield crush. You can use spectral shield throw or even shield charge. I don't know what are you interested in, but yeah, take this shield, take Bitter Dream, and you do not need to spend much with it. You just see it covers the map really good, and it has enough damage to farm. There aren't any types of gear that are specific, etc. The third one in my list is Old School Ice Shot with Hope Shredder and Harris Ire. So Harris Ire has very big gap between the minimum and maximum damage it can provide, so it's rather cheap at the league start with low values of damage, but we don't need to min-max it at the beginning, and the Herb Shredder is about the same, and the geniuses of this game can kill Elder or Uber Elder at the first days of the league, so there won't be any problems for you to grab Hope Shredder, but it's even not mandatory at the beginning, and you can use any bow with cold damage and physical damage, which you would convert into cold, and other stuff is pretty straightforward. Just bow nodes on the tree, and this is the build that utilizes deadeye, and it's not that cheap as the first two ones, but it's really affordable, and within a week I think you would be able to reach its highest potential, as we are bottlenecked by the Hope Shredder and Harris Ire, because it has fixed maximum amount of damage they can provide. So good luck with it, and we'll move to the fourth one, and that would be a bit more complicated. And here we are with Poison Minion. It's Juggernaut, so you won't have any problems with dying, but it's a bit tricky at the league start, but still you can use it, because it has no gear that you need to. The cluster jewels are good, but you can get them as you level, and you can buy them in their worst conditions. So we are not limited with any kinds of gear here too. You'd have a bit worse flask sustaining, because the brutal restraint is not very good at the beginning, but despite it, that's good enough. And with the gear I show here, it's really easy to obtain because we use Skin of the Lords, and Skin of the Lords is the cheapest 6 link you want to get. We don't know about the Eternal Damnation, but I think it will be still in the game, providing us a great tankiness. So I wouldn't highly recommend to start with it, but all in all, it may be a great effort, but better use previous variants that I've provided. And my favorite one here, as the Pathfinder became even stronger, it's just Poisonous Concoction with the reamped Pathfinder, and it will be still great. The only thing that you need to invest in is the area of effect, because we do not have now the area of effect node with some extra chaos damage boost, but we now have free wither, and with that free wither, as the Balance of Terror amulet is not available anymore, we can do some great things. Poisonous Concoction has a little bit of nerf, because the concoction builds got some damage, but now the flask sustaining is a bit tough, because now it depends on the amount of projectiles that we fire, and we have tons of projectiles here. So the life flask sustaining would be a bit more clunky, but with Pathfinder it's not a problem at all. So I think that's the best combination of power and price that you can get at the beginning, and this is my favorite one for the start of this league. But I like to experiment, and I'll introduce you another build which I can start with. It would be the Elementalist with Explosive Concoction, as we do not need to sustain flask charges that much with the Ignite build, and it would be Elementalist Ignite, Explosive Concoction, and we'll see how it will go on. I'll introduce you with my rough template of that Explosive Concoction Elementalist a bit later. And now, like, subscribe, leave your comments, ask your questions, don't be afraid, I'll answer all of them, and see you next time. Goodbye.